I think everything's working. All righty, very good. Good evening, everybody. This is Paul, N-O-0-T for the DSES Engineering / activities call this Monday. This will be the only meeting this month because we're doing the open house later on and a lot of activities going on. So we thought we'd make it simpler. But anyways, I'll say good evening to Martha and Bob Haggart, I believe. Don, how you doing tonight? And there's Larry from Chicago. Is that, or if I got Chicago, that's the right place, right? It's Illinois. And there's Mark from Australia. God, you're looking great tonight, Mark. Or good morning, I should say.
Good morning.
And there's Martha. I don't see any call sign or any pictures, but I assume she's going to listen to us. And we got Jim, W1XR on there. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening.
And I guess you don't have a camera. I don't see anybody there. And then there's Kathy and Rick. Hope you guys are going to come down to our open house.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening, sir. And let's see, we got Megan. I don't know Megan. I don't know if you're on there. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe you're already a member, but I don't recognize your name. Go ahead.
I actually am a member, and I've just been pretty busy the last couple of months, and I don't all the sciencey stuff is not something that I'm as familiar with, but I actually live in Eads, so I've been pretty interested in this organization for several years, but could never make it to the open house because I host an alumni golf tournament the first weekend in October. So when I saw the agenda for tonight, I was like, oh, it's a different weekend. It's just been a busy summer. So I know all you guys do all the sciencey things and all the things, and I am not the pro there, but I'm very interested in what you do. And I live probably maybe one of the closest ones to the tower. So
yes. Absolutely. We've been looking for somebody that's close to.
Yeah, that would be me, but I've never been out there. So don't trust me yet. But yeah, I wanted to join tonight when I saw the open house stuff because I very involved in community things and especially here in town. And so there's probably a lot of ways we could, cross some community involvement too. So that's the short version of me.
Well, that's awesome. I'm really happy to meet you on the Zoom call tonight, and definitely looking forward to seeing you at our open house. And I hope you search me out. I'll be wearing a blue sweatshirt or a blue T-shirt. What am I trying to say? Golf shirt with my name and my call sign and all that information on my back saying Deep Space Exploration Society. So please grab me and. I'd love to know more about you and what you're interested in and how we can help. So
awesome.
Our green has a 60-foot cup.
Yes, it's a 60.
See, I don't actually golf. I can't say no to a lot of community involvement. I'm very good at planning events, so I don't golf. I just am the chair of the Alumni Association for Eads, and that's our big fundraiser. So, yes. I don't have time to golf.
Yeah. Well, fun, organizing and stuff like that. We need lots of help in that area. I mean, we got all these really brainy guys, who really know a lot. And I'm not in that crowd.
I'm not either, but I am an operations expert. So
that's what we need.
And I'm very interested in all things space and things like that. So I'm like, it doesn't matter if I don't know what you're talking about half the time. I like to immerse myself with things I don't know anything about. But even at that, it's like, every organization, even if I don't understand what they do, needs operations people, right?
Absolutely. And the more so, we're really looking forward to the next year as well. We've got a lot of exciting stuff going on, and but we need organizing. And that's been kind of my job lately is organizing and raising money. Those are the two things I have to do in order to stay as president. So we'll keep working at it.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure we'll connect and find some ways maybe I can help out. Like I said, I've been trying to do the last couple of years. You guys have actually been in our paper here, and I just cannot get up there. And this year I said, I'm just going to pay the money, become a member, figure it out from there. And so here we are.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you. And we have Jeff Patterson. I don't know. Again, I'm old and I kind of forget names, which is really bad. But
Well, you probably haven't met me before because I'm not a member, and I was thinking about joining. So this would be my first call that I'm calling into, and you notice I didn't have my camera set up. Sorry about that.
okay,
But
that's okay.
yeah, I live in Houston, so all that talk about Houston before, I was like, hey, I know all about that. And yeah, you don't want to live here in the summer or visit here in the summer. It's nasty.
Well,
But that's the way it goes. But I work at the Johnson Space Center in Houston. I work I work for Lockheed, and we work on the Orion program. Excuse me.
great.
And I'm thinking about coming down to see you guys next week for that open house, if you guys don't mind. Maybe I'll join at that point. I don't know.
Yeah,
And maybe bring some of my Lockheed buddies with me.
absolutely. We're interested in the Orion project for sure. For tracking the spacecraft, we've been very interested in getting involved with that, and the
That's great because that's why I wanted to talk to you guys.
well, that's super. We're going to be definitely being involved with that, and maybe the what's the other project, Bill? I can't remember the other spacecraft.
Well, we're going to try to track, we're going to try to receive Voyager signal. That's coming up. And
Right.
That's the main one. And then we
No, but
we were trying to do some stuff with Omatagashi back a couple of years ago, and then they lost it. And we were working with the Orion group and trying to do all of that. And we thought that would be a really great one if we could get it just as it crashed into the moon.
I'm thinking
So-
of Artemis 2.
Oh yes,
Artemis
yes.
2.
Yeah,
That's
Artemis.
the upcoming flight. Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'd definitely like to talk to you guys about that. And that's what most of our Lockheed crew in Denver are interested in. So yeah, we'll probably be in touch and come see you guys if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
that'd be great. Yeah, I'm an old Lockheed Martin, actually Martin Marietta before it was Lockheed
Right.
alumni. So
Okay, cool.
we got a few people like that.
That's great. Absolutely great. So Jeff, we're definitely going to be looking forward to seeing you and
Okay.
and your crew there.
All righty.
We've got Alex, who's our resident scientist, engineer, who does a lot of the work on our existing equipment that we have up in the feed, and at least working on the transmitter side is really great. We had a lot of interesting things going on this year, and we'll have more stuff going on next year as well. So Alex is a great member of our team. Then we have Jim, W1XR. I'm not sure if I've met you before.
No, we've not met. I've not been out there yet.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll have a chance to meet you soon. Where are you located, Jim?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, good. I used to live in Raleigh
Yeah,
for many years.
that's where I am.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, maybe we met. My call is NO0T. So I used to belong to the Raleigh Amateur Radio Club.
Yeah, the RARS group, sure.
Yeah, I was involved with them quite a bit, and some of the DX guys at the Swan Society. But anyway, that was years ago. And let's see who we got. We also got David, K0IRP. I'm not sure. I know you.
Yeah, I've been I've been down a few times. And
Yes.
Ray Ubrick and I chair Garden of the Gods Amateur Radio Club. And Ray comes to all my meetings and been a member of DSES for a long time. And
Good.
try to listen in. Most of it's way over my head, but it's still fun.
No, don't feel bad. It's it's a lot of it's over my head too, but I smile, wisely.
Yeah, right.
No, I do a lot of nodding.
Mhm.
And we got Floyd there. He's one of our brainy guys here. And he's just coming on with his audio. I can see that. And see who we got. Adrian KJ6GYC. Unique call with the star cluster there. Where are you located, Adrian?
Yeah, good afternoon, I guess. I'm in San Diego. I'm a member, sort of recent. I only joined, I think, last year. But yeah, I've been popping in on a lot of the talks and presentations, and really interested in the work, radio astronomy. I'm also a member of SARA, so that's kind of
Right.
one of my big hobbies.
That's
But
perfect.
yeah, fantastic. So love the stuff that's being done at the SES. So looking forward to
Well, thank you.
the future and some of the stuff that you guys are planning. Really, the spacecraft tracking and so forth you've got planned is really interesting. I'm really crossing my fingers for some of the work that you guys are planning on doing, tracking those space probes out there out past the solar system. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, looking forward to the talk. Great
All right.
great seeing you guys.
Yeah, those those space objects out there are really what we call close in. They're only 15 billion miles away. That Jupiter, or not Jupiter, but the what am I trying to say here?
Wait,
The Voyager 1 is only about 15 billion miles, but it's got a really good signal, so we should be able to hear it pretty well here.
Well, as I understand it, it's one light day almost.
Yep.
That sounds impressive.
Exactly. All right, very good. Let's move on here. I've got an agenda I'd like to share with everybody. Let's see if I've got it here. See if I can, where is my share? Every time I see this thing, I get confused again. There we go. All right, and should be this screen here. Okay, can you see what I'm seeing? Let's put it that way.
Yes.
All right, this is our recall engineering meeting. We were supposed to have it actually last week, but somebody forgot to set it up. And we won't mention names anyway, since I was the guy who should have set it up. But this will be the only meeting we have this month. So this is the agenda I have here. See if I can make this work. There we go. So I'm going to talk about the open house. And that's on the 27th of this month. The ARRL EME contest, part 1, is in October. And we'll talk a little bit about our fundraising, some of the activities we've been involved in. We'll also talk about the Aswell site, some of the work that we've been doing recently. Bill Miller will be able to, I think, expound on that a lot because he's been doing a lot of the work. We have a little bit about the Callisto project that we're working on. I think I spelled Callisto wrong, maybe. But we'll talk about that just briefly. Bill, Ray said that I should talk to you about an update. So hopefully you can give us that. And also about our fiber installation, a little update. We've got some more fiber operational lit up this last week. Talk about HamCon, which is the big convention out in Grand Junction, the ARRL. And that's on the 23rd to the 26th of October, and we will be there with the presentation and some display of some of the equipment we're working on. And we'll end it with a little bit of the DSN, the Deep Space Network that we're putting together for the for some testing going on in mid-November. Hopefully that'll be the time we can do some see if we can pick up some of the equipment that's floating around in our solar system that's man-made, and see if we can pick up those signals. So let's start off with the open house first. See if I can move this other thing away. Here we go. So the right now, the as far as the open house is concerned, all the food's arranged. We're going to be having a pulled pork dinner, lunch, that's being put on by Michelle Nelson, who's the mayor of Haswell, and she puts on a really good spread with all the fixings and dessert. And I really, she has like last time she had like 2 different kinds of dessert, and I like the apple crisp that she makes. It's really delicious. And that's some of the money that you pay for the food goes towards the EADS or not EADS. I forgot the name of the high school now. I apologize. But there's a seniors are going to be doing a trip next summer after they graduate, and they would like to use this as an opportunity to raise some funds for that.
I would actually guess that's probably Eads High School because Haswell funnels to Eads. So if it's local, it's probably our seniors.
Probably. I wish I had.
I think it's actually Carville. I think her kids are,
Oh, Carville. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That
because
makes sense too.
Carville's the little town that's out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And we have this saying in DSES as we go around on the highways to get back to Colorado Springs, that all roads lead to Carville. Because
Yeah, that
everywhere you
makes sense
go,
too.
Yeah.
Some of those remote kids do go to Carville. So, and that really is, it makes where I'm living look like the city. So,
Yep.
All right. So some of the things we need to do is ready for the open houses. We got to hook up the radio that we have. We're rearranging our control room a little bit, and we have a ham radio console that Bill Miller and the team put together, and we want to hook up our IC 705 radio up to the patch panel by the dish controller so that we can send up a signal and be able to hear the reflections off the moon with our signal. So that's what we're planning on doing. Whoops, I just hit the wrong button here. Let's go back. Geez, there we go. Here we go, back to where we were. We also have a ham radio display, and that's going to be inside the bunker for high frequency shortwave communications, and we'll be doing a demonstration of that. Our control room needs to be tidied up, so there's a little bit of work there, which we'll be doing this weekend. I'll be going down there on Saturday and helping to clean up the control room and any last minute things we need to get done to get ready for the open house the following weekend. We'll need some volunteers. Yes. Oh.
Didn't it go anywhere?
No.
There you go. So we need also some students, and we're gonna ask our senior students to maybe help us with the gate to document the visitors that come in. Basically get their the name of the group and where they're located, and just that information, just so we know who's on site. We also need to order an outhouse, which is going to be placed near the building. We also have a bathroom in the building as well, so we'll have two sources of outhouse, so to speak. If the weather is clear, we may want to activate some optical telescopes we have for the evening, because the fact that it's out there away from a lot of light gives us an opportunity to really see some really spectacular pictures of visions of the of some of the planets that will be out that evening. I don't know which planets are going to be available, but we should know by the time the weekend comes around. And like I said, these are very, very good optical telescopes to allow people to see what Saturn looks like up nice and close. So we'll see how that works out. Any questions so far on this? Okay. So just for record here, the moonrise is at 12:46 p.m. So that's quarter to one. And hopefully people will have had a chance to have their lunch or will be eating lunch. And the moon sets at 9:38 that evening. So it'll be available all that time, although we'll probably shut down around 3 p.m. For a little bit, and then for anybody who wants to see the optical telescopes, we'll have those things set up probably after supper if they want to come back and watch. Diane 2.0 will also be in the feed. This is our package that we use to communicate with people off the moon, and it'll be operational for the event. We can run up to 300 watts, which into that dish gives us megawatts of effective radiating power. Any questions on any of this? Put your hands up if you do.
Yeah, Paul, I was just going to mention if people do want to camp out, bring a
Wait.
camper and stay overnight, then we can accommodate that. We have low power, and we don't have air conditioner power, but by the 27th of September, hopefully we don't need that much air conditioner, but we get surprised. But we can plug in and try to do some optical telescopes during the evening, and I'll probably also bring a telescope or several telescopes with solar capability, so we can look at sunspots and that sort of thing during the day.
That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Hopefully there'll be some sunspots to see.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Just moving on here. We've got the let's see that picture is a little off there. It's supposed to say ARRL EME contest. I messed that up. Part 1, October the 10th to the 12th. So this is using the Diane package that we put in the feed, and it'll be all completed and tested and ready for the contest. Alex is going to bring it down to Haswell on the 26th of September in time for the open house, and it'll be staying there at least until sometime later on the fall. The contest starts on October the 10th at moonrise, which in this case is 8:40 p.m. in the evening on that Friday. The official contest starts at 6 p.m. our time, which is 0000 Zulu or UTC. And but of course, without the moon, we can't really work anybody. But as soon as the moon rises for us at 8:40, we'll be on the air throughout the night. And the moon doesn't set until Saturday around 12:38 p.m. In the afternoon. So Saturday morning will be operational, and then after 12:38, after the moon sets, then we'll be off the air, and we'll be back on the air again at 9:39 p.m. when the moon rises again on Saturday night, and it runs right through till until 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon on Sunday. And that'll be the end of the contest for us, probably maybe a little bit before that. But that's those are the hours that we will be able to see the moon and work people all over the world. And we're looking for operators. So anybody who'd like to operate, we're there. Yes, Larry.
Hey, do we know how we did last year? I don't know if I ever saw what our results were.
Good question. I don't know.
We were top 5, Larry, top 5.
There you go.
Excellent.
Top 5 in the world, that is.
In our
Yeah.
category, that's right.
In our category, correct. And Mark Drayton there, it's a VK6PY, is that correct? Did I get it
Yeah.
right?
That's me.
Yeah, you're going to be operating remotely, I hope.
Yeah, definitely. It was good fun last year, and this year you've got a really quite fast internet connection, so the delay is a lot less. So that'll be easier. Last year there was a few seconds delay every time I clicked something, so it was felt kind of dangerous. I was pretty nervous the whole time. But now it's so much faster with the new fiber.
Yeah, the new fibers make such a difference. It's amazing.
I think we should have extra points for operating half a world away and off the moon. I think that should count for something.
I'm going to try with my dish as well. I'm going to have a little experiment, and so I might be able to work myself. I don't know if you get banned for that or you get extra points.
I don't know.
That too.
Probably not allowed.
Well, that'll be super. Just for everybody's information, this is only part 1. Part 2 is actually in November, and I don't know the exact date, but it's somewhere around the 12th of November, I believe. And just for another weekend, I'll be posting the moonrise times and everything else after that. But part 2 is in November, and it should be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. In fact, the nice thing is our building is nicely heated in the winter, or at least in the fall. Larry, I remember Larry, you showed up there that time, and we were Alex and I were cleaning up the water that was coming in under the door because it was raining so hard. And he says to me, he says, Paul, he says, there's somebody at the back door. I says, not a chance. It's pouring rain out there. Who'd be here? So he said, no, there's somebody there. So I opened the door. There's Larry at the back door, knocking on our door. So, and he just drove in from Chicago. So that was amazing.
Nicely heated, but not waterproof.
Yes. Anyway, that was fun last year. We won't get into too many of the details. Let's talk about fundraising now. So we are officially a Colorado charity. We're certified with the state, and that's a good thing. We're certified up until let's see, it renews again next year after I believe it's around the middle of the summer. We also did a first time we tried a partnership with the Red Robin restaurants that we have in Colorado, and it's a burger and other type of stuffed food, and they have we had 2 sites. One was in Parker, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver, and also Colorado Springs, and we were able to raise $270 in that one day, just by our members and visitors or relatives of members going to Red Robin on that day and telling them you're there for the DSES promotion, and they basically the deal was they would donate 20% of whatever you spend at the Red Robin that day towards us. So that was a great way to raise some additional funds. Some new things that are coming along here. I've signed us up for King Supers, which is also the same as City Mark and Kroger's community rewards programs. Any members, friends, families can contribute to DSES through the King Super Community Rewards Program. We are listed now as one of the community rewards members on their site, and it's really easy to sign up for the King Super's reward program. Just basically sign up for their rewards program, which would give you up to $1 off your gas. You know, with the rewards, where they have gas stations there, the King Supers, you can get some money off your gas bill, which is really good. And you also can get money donated to us from the King Supers and the Kroger community rewards program. So that's a really good deal for us. And there's some pretty easy instructions just to pull down menu on their charities page and select the Deep Space Exploration Society. So every time you shop, you'll get donations put into DSES. And this is not a small thing. I mean, some of the groups I've talked to who've got this program in place have generated like $2,000 to $3,000 towards their organization every year. So definitely something we need to take advantage of. Two more events going up is Colorado Gives, which is an organization that set up for Colorado nonprofits and charities. And this is a way for us to, we're pre-approved, so to speak, to go to some of these corporations and ask for some funding. This will be our first year of actually being involved with this Colorado Gifts program. And we're now a full member. The other one we have is a group called is it everyone.com? I hope my memory's right here. Anyway, it's a group that was set up through the Gates Foundation, and basically allows charities to get funds deposited from donors, and it also allows Bitcoin and stock donations to our organization. So anybody's got some Bitcoin lying around and some stocks they want to donate before the end of the year, this is a great way to get another tax deduction. Any questions on any of this? Okay, let's move on. Okay, Haswell site work update. Weeds, and this is not the stuff you smoke. We have a lot of mitigation this year from a dust storm that came in, and it was a tremendous dust storm, and it deposited tons of weed seeds all over the place, and it was incredibly high. And you can see from the picture there that a lot of the weeds have been cut down, especially around the towers, and that was a lot of work by myself and a few other people, including Bill Miller, who was working on it last weekend. By the way, Bill, that's a live picture. Or at least it was a live picture. The cameras are back up again. So, but I was actually had the opportunity to talk to Rodney Safer from their Safer Spraying Services in Eads, and he's going to spray our parking areas for I'm supposed to say weed, not weak. Weed prevention in February and March of 26. That's when he said it would be the most effective. Thanks for Rob McMaster for setting up that connection for me. And I had a chance to go down there and meet him personally when I was on the way down to Haswell last week. So thanks again, Rob. And Callisto work. Do you want to? I don't have too much to put in there for this. Bill, do you want to talk a little bit about that? Can you talk to it?
Sure. This was a project that Callisto is a solar emissions experiment, and Ray Uberek decided that we needed to get into this. It's something that we collect the emissions from the sun during the day, and then it uploads to a server in Switzerland, and it's combined with data from all over the world where other people are doing similar experiments, and from that they can determine various information about the sun. And so Ray had built an antenna for this, and decided that it would be good if we subtract it. We have about a 60-degree beam width of this log periodic antenna that he used. And so what it does is it tracks in 5 positions during the day: the sunrise, about 10 o'clock position, noon, 2 o'clock position, and sunset. And so it tracks sort of subtracts the sun across the sky. So anyway, they've taken a lot of it's a real learning experience, because one of the things they decided to do was use a Arduino microcontroller to drive the tracking mechanism, and it's taken about 6 trips, and I think there's 4 people working on it to come up with this tracking mechanism. So this was kind of taken out of our tracking group for the big dish, and so it was a learning experience for a number of people in how to set up the software to do a tracking process. But we're within throwing distance and making this work, and I think the next trip this will be working, and then we'll be uploading data to Switzerland.
Super. Thank you very much, Bill.
Yeah.
That's great. Let me move on to the next one. Haswell fiber installation update. Okay, so we announced a few weeks ago, was it 3 weeks ago, that that the folks at ES Tech in Hugo, who provides our internet through DSL, actually hooked us up to fiber. So now we had fiber in the main building, which is great. And then they also laid in some fiber from the building to our bunker, which would give us connectivity there. And we were using some Cat6 cable on the ground, and it wasn't working out too well because the local animals, critters that crawl around decided to eat some of our cable, so that didn't work out too well. But anyway, now we've got fiber into the bunker and as well out to the road by our gate. Our plan is to eventually put some cameras and some lights up there that would allow us to see who's coming into our property, and also maybe even control at some point we would like to get a mechanical gate there, so we don't have to keep using the lock and the chain all the time. But we'll see what happens. That'll be a project maybe for 2027, I think, by the time we get all our other projects going. This is just a example of our download and upload speeds. So I just did this test tonight. That was actually run from the bunker. With those kind of speeds, we get and very little latency too, only 6 milliseconds. That's pretty good internet. So we're really happy with the nice folks from ES Technologies. They're such a great team, always willing to help us.
Now, I might mention, Paul, that prior to having the fiber, we had DSL, and our DSL speed was only 13 megabits per second maximum download, and only 3 megabits per second upload. So this is considerably faster and gives us a lot more capability. We can keep all the cameras on.
Yeah, and we can run everything at high definition on the cameras, which is a big deal. Yeah, absolutely. So fiber is great, and that'll also be used maybe we're going to be doing maybe have 2 dishes running and synchronizing these dishes to do an experiment. What's that called, Bill?
Oh, interferometer.
interferometer, right? And we'll be able to connect them with fiber, which will be so much easier than trying to put copper in the ground.
Yep.
Also, HamCon. So I apologize for the it's being covered up by the top of the page there. HamCon, October the 23rd to the 26th at Grand Junction. This is a very big ham radio event, and we're going to be participating and doing presentations on what we do at DSES, as well as talking about some of the projects that we've been involved in, including the Venus Bounce project. And we will have there's some club tables available for us, and we'll be taking some equipment down along with some poster boards. The equipment that we'll have there is our Diane 2.0 system, along with the Venus Earth 2025 system, which is our 1500 watt transmitter and receiver system for the for bouncing the signal off of Venus. And also we'll be handing out membership forms and donation forms, so people can donate very easily to our organization. And we'll need volunteers to help man the tables. So if anyone's interested in volunteering, we would love to hear from you. And we'll see you in Grand Junction. Any questions on any of this? Okay, let's see.
I was going to mention, if someone wants to go to HamCon, they need to get their hotel reservations and I guess their reservation for the event in pretty soon. Otherwise, it fills up really fast, and you won't have any place to stay, and you may not get in. So, get your tickets, get your hotels.
Yeah, I may have an extra bed available in my my hotel room if somebody wants to split it with me.
Yeah.
Just as a thought. And the next slide. This is supposed to say Deep Space Network, mid-November testing. And our Deep Space Network system is ready to be deployed. And Alex is working on some custom software to allow us to read signal from some of these probes. And these are the probes that we're going to be looking at. We have the ones we'll start off with are the ones with the strongest signals. Make sure everything works. So we'll have we've got Lucy, which has a very strong signal to noise ratio there, as well as the Juno satellite. And we have the New Horizons program, which is following the Voyager packages. That was launched in 2006. And of course, there's Voyager 1, which will be targeting to be able to detect its carrier signal. And it's running 22 watts, and hopefully it'll still be there. It's running out of power, so eventually we won't be able to hear it anymore. But we want to see if we can at least detect it, and that'll be a big one, big one for us, because that'll be the farthest man-made object that we'll be listening to. So that's our plan for November. Do you want to talk about that a lot? Alex? Can you say something?
Well, I just want to add a couple things. I actually added more satellites. There would be 4 more probes. The software already been tested and finished, working well. I optimized the receiver system as well. So I'd say everything is ready. It just need to be sort of like a field test, and we're good to go. So I'm really interested to see the results. So I try to implement any possible features in the software. Software is written custom, so it's custom written software. We use the Linux environment using the Python code for coding. It tracks a Doppler, it tracks all necessary parameters to make sure we'll able to detect the signal on the screen and then capture that. So I'll probably gonna have one more presentation before we commit the date. That's all I have.
Great. It's super. All right, well, that's our agenda for this evening. We're open for open discussion right now. If anybody's got any questions or anything else that you'd like to address, this is a good time to start. So
Yeah, Paul, did you want me to go over all the activities from the year or not?
you mean what we've done?
Yeah.
I don't know whether we have enough time for all that.
Yeah, if we don't, that's fine. I'm not.
I'm just
I'm not-
kidding. I'm just kidding. We've done so many things. But why don't you give us a brief talk there? Do you need a share or not?
Yeah, let me share here.
All right, let me stop.
I'm operating off of one screen, which is out of my normal comfort zone, but we'll try it here. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to have to expand this and bring it up. Let's see if I can do this with one screen. This is hard. Can you see this? Okay. What Bill asked me, Bill's Thomas is writing a what would you call it? A newsletter, and he's going to publish that quarterly. And he asked, well, can you give us an article on the last quarter's activities? And I started doing it, and I realized we didn't do anything for the first couple of quarters activities. So I started adding all this stuff in. So I'll go through this pretty fast. Like we say, we have our regular meetings. I'll remind everybody of this. Usually it's the second Monday of the month. This happens to be the third Monday, but that's okay. If it's the second Monday, we're in conflict with a few other organizations. We might want to discuss that at a board level. If everybody wants it on a different date, maybe we'll move it. And that's the engineering meeting. Then we have a science meeting that we talk about discoveries and data and all the things that we're doing on a scientific basis every fourth Monday of the month. And then you can, to get notice of these, you need to join in the membership. And sometimes you get notice even if you're not a member, but please join if you can. And there's the site where you can go to join on our webpage. So activities. So back in January, Rob McMasters, he donated the money for our folding chairs for the classroom. We got those from Costco and we delivered them. And we also picked up a really nice Epson projector and mount from Goodwill for about $60 total with the cables and everything, and set that up in the classroom. There's me on the ladder putting that together. And then in January 22nd, we hosted the Los Animas High School Science Olympiad team, and we actually used that projector to do a presentation and gave them a tour of the site and the dish. And I think we tried, I can't remember, I think we tried EME, but we had some problems and it didn't come off well with EME, but we showed them the ham radio setup. Ray Rubrecken did a presentation on cascade noise figure, which none of us understand. And he basically educated us on that. Last of January, Glenn and Louis Putman, they went out and tested new software on the mount and verified that and got that installed. Alex did the EVE communication system and got that all set up so we could do that experiment and got it installed. And in February, we did, let's see, we had Corey Miller, our electrician. He improved the dish conduit and grounding, which was one of the big problems we had with EME last summer. Every time we'd move the dish, it would throw the transverter offline, scramble the processor and the transverter. And so with this new grounding and conduit should improve that dramatically. And we hope we don't have that problem anymore. Bill Thomas, Doug Lieber, and Derek Brown all went to the Northern Colorado Ham Fest and presented us there in a triple table display, and got some new members signed up. We did the science fair in let's see, that was in February, and presented I think 5 awards for science fair, and there's our cash awards and certificates to those people that we thought worthy. Dan Lane gave a presentation on pulsar observations, and then we had the Corey Miller again. We contracted him to crawl up into the system, take the boots off of the elevation drive jack screws, and there's a picture of one right there. And he took all the old grease out and put new grease in, and put the boots back on, and made a big difference in our elevation drive. Got it much smoother and got all the dirt out of it and got that going. Then in March, Alex arrived with the Eve transverter that he had designed, and they had a big windstorm out there when this happened and couldn't see 10 feet outside the door, but brought the inverter down, did a lot of work both in northern Colorado and down at our site, getting the transverter set up to be installed. And then in March 9th, we installed that. And I had one of the professors from CU Boulder, Dr. Dennis Akos, come down, and he also brought our rubidium frequency standard with him and lent us that for the EVE attempt. And then I went to the Sarah Western Conference in Socorro, New Mexico in March, and presented for the DSES a whole presentation about what we do. And then in March, had the organizational meeting confirming the board elections and the assignment of board officers. And I'll remind everybody, Paul Sobin is president, Bill Miller, yours truly, is vice president, Myron Babcock is treasurer, and Bill Thomas is secretary and webmaster. Rick Hambley, Don Latham, and Dan Lane are all board members at large. So we have 7 board members, and what we do is we elect half the board, or sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4 every year. So we have some overlap. Let people know how that works. So if you sign up as a member, you get to participate in that election and select the people that will be on the board, and then the board actually selects the people that will be in those positions, the officer positions. We did Venus Bounce experiment on March 22nd. This was funded by the Amateur Radio Digital Communications Group that gave us the grant to set all this up. That gave us the ability for Alex, of course, to design the Eve package, the Eve transverter. And it also gave us funding that we were able to improve the dish and the grounding and the bonding and all of those things that are necessary to get a really low noise system. So we made quite a bit of progress in that. Unfortunately, we had a shorted cooling fan on the combiner, that when the thing got warm enough, it kicked on and took the power supply down. And so we got a 3-minute transmission off to Venus. And unfortunately, it wasn't long enough for us to integrate it and receive it, and neither did Europe. We were working with the European group in Germany and another one in the Netherlands, and they actually were able to achieve a signal reception from their transmitter. I think Delingo group in the Netherlands transmitted a signal, and Germany actually received it. So we kind of got them pushed in this direction, and we didn't get ours to work, but they got theirs to work. So we're going to take credit for getting them off the dime to go try this and make it work. Then in March, we had a work party at Haswell and installed the ultrasonic cistern level sensor. We have a cistern for water out there. And since then, that thing was damaged by lightning, and I have to go reinstall it. And then in April, we made the cover of QST magazine for removal of the 30-foot dish, donated by Patty Clark and Bob Clark who was a Silent Key out in Western Colorado. And she gave us the dish if we could remove it. And so a team of 9 people went down there and rented a crane and worked for 3 days and removed that dish. And that got us on the cover of QST magazine, cover of the Rolling Stone. And then Ray Uberek installed the E. Callisto antenna. There's a picture of the E. Callisto antenna. It's at an angle to kind of split the orbit of the sun, and it's a log periodic, and it tracks around the axis of that 45-degree member there. Did some more site maintenance for the April 26th event. And then Glenn and Lewis went down and did some more software work on the mount. And then on April 26th, which happened to be my birthday, we did an event for Rob McMasters, and Rob organized this during the Santa Fe Trails Days. During Santa Fe Trails Days, a lot of the people from the local area come back. It's like a homecoming, and they all come back and have a big party, street party. And but this year he set it up so a bunch of them, the educators and other influential people, came down from Los Animas, and we gave them a Mexican buffet and a presentation on what we were about, and also tried. I can't remember if we tried EME or not on that event. Then we did. I did a Ham Nation broadcast with Paul, and that was pretty good. And we posted that on our web page if anybody wants to go back and review that. It's on YouTube. And more site trip for the internet. And then in June, we did science meeting, and we started a series of 3 science meetings with Whit Reeve, who is an expert on geomagnetism and magnetometers. And so he has developed this thing called a SAM magnetometer, of which we have one, and we're going to install that near the building in Haswell and collect data and send that data out over the internet to the reception. I can't remember who collects the magnetometer data, but that should be interesting. And then here's our cable, our fiber cable for the internet coming in. This thing is called a vibratory plow, and they pulled both the fiber in to hook us up to the internet, and also the fiber that hooks us between the building, the bunker, and the gate. And so we've got fiber buried in now for all of those, and that worked out really well with ES Tech. In July, we did grounding and bonding. Ray Uberek and I put a copper strap that Rob McMasters provided to us to hold all the make all the grounding of the racks consistent. And then they did site weeding with rented a tractor that Rob also paid for in July, and it had a brush hog on it, and they mowed down most of the weeds all around the site. We're gonna probably do that again before open house. The weeds are just crazy this year. More E. Callisto. We got a donation of a large toolbox and all the tools and a compressor from Marge Card. And I want everybody to kind of say a little prayer for Marge. She fell and broke her hip. She's 90 years old, and her husband, who was one of our members a few years ago, he passed away. And but she is selling her house, and while she was getting everything ready to sell, she fell in the yard and broke her hip. So she just got out of the hospital tonight, and Myron was late to the party tonight because he was taken. Oh, there he is. So he took Marge home. And then we did, Dan did some work on August 26th with Ray, RC, and Rick, and they installed the 408 megahertz feed on the dish antenna and detected the crab pulsar. This has been one that's been really elusive to us. It's difficult to receive, and Dan did some mathematical manipulation and got the plots there that you see. That's a typical pulsar plot. And then this last week on Thursday and Friday, we went down and did a bunch of work on the site, getting ready for the open house and more work on the E-Callisto and getting ES Tech in to splice all and terminate all the fiber cables for us, and did a lot of additional weeding and knocking weeds down and clearing the building and waterproofing that to keep the rain out and a whole bunch of things. Here's the back of the building after we mowed the back and weed whacked it. So we want it to look like that all the way around the building eventually. So that's about it. Lots of stuff went on. And that doesn't even count the stuff that Alex has been doing to build us the Eve package, the EME package, and the deep space package. Any questions?
That's great, Bill. Thank you very much. That's a I get tired just thinking of all that stuff we did.
And it's only, we're not even through the year yet.
That's right. We got a lot of stuff left to do this year, and we're always active. Although, we can always use more help. And we're looking forward to maybe getting some more folks, and hopefully it'd be nice to get some folks from EADS to be members, because that would sure help us a lot in terms of helping us get things done. We have a lot of activities that we like to plan, and there's all kinds of things to keep the site. Now that we have a new building and air conditioning and heating, it's going to become more active in terms of having school visits. I'm working right now with the homeschool group in Lamar, and in I believe it's in La Junta, and they're going to be coming on site to see our facilities in March of next year. So there's about 40 students in La Junta and Los Animas, as well as about 17 in Lamar. So that'll be a great opportunity for us to maybe get some more science interest in students. These kids are really, really smart, so it should be a good discussion. Anything else that anybody wants to bring up?
Paul, on that donation that Roger's doing with the weed control there, that
Yes.
probably really shouldn't be understated. That's really a big deal. Between his labor and his equipment, and those chemicals are actually very expensive. So that's very, very generous that he's doing that for us.
Yeah, and his his generosity was just amazing, and just talking with him, we had a really great chat there while he was working. He stopped work just to talk to me, and I tell you what, the people down there are so good.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how we're so lucky to have that kind of community support for our site, and hopefully we can pay them back with some interest to their kids.
Yep. Well, obviously it's a 1-year Band-Aid to the problem, but at least it gets us going the right direction.
Yeah, he said he can, if he sprays it for us, that way they won't come back. Unless we got another windstorm.
Well, yeah, unless you get the wind, which everybody knows it never blows down there.
Right. Well, luckily our antenna stayed up in that windstorm, which I thought was pretty cool. Anyway, we'll be doing a lot of neat stuff, and we also have that 30-foot dish that we took from southwest Colorado and brought it all the way to Haswell, and now we just have to figure out how to fund putting in all that cement in the ground, so we can hoist another antenna up there, and that'll be nice to have 2 dishes to play with. Anyway, any other comments, questions? Everyone's really quiet tonight. Hopefully I didn't confuse everybody. Well, that's about it for us right now. But we definitely will look forward to seeing you guys at the open house. And the information on the open house is available on our website at DSES.science. And hopefully see as many as we had last year. Last year we had over 100 people show up. And hopefully we get maybe that many or maybe more.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of competition this year with other activities in the area too.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. The Pueblo Air Show, the Thunderbirds,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the same day.
Yeah, they'll fly right over our place.
Yeah, fat chance that's going to happen.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, right.
We're not that far away. All
They
right.
can turn faster than that.
All right. Well, thanks again for everybody, and glad you could make it. And Megan, we look forward to seeing you in person, and we'll hear all about your skills and capabilities. Or maybe you can teach me a few things about organizing.
Yeah, I look forward to popping out there as well.
Awesome. All right. See you guys later.
Take care.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right, thanks very much.
You got
Take care. We'll see you in hey, Paul, you got a second here? This is Rick.
Yeah, absolutely, Rick.
Yeah. Kathy and I'll be back that week in